After being arrested by the Thunderbolts as part of WILSON FISK'S crackdown on the costume hero community, Moon Knight is now a prisoner, and he is surrounded by hostile guards, along with criminals who he himself put away. Thus, MARC SPECTOR is now in the fight for his survival. Devil's Reign Moon Knight issue number 1 manages to show us on just how sadistic and dangerous Moon Knight truly is. However, Jim McKay adds a bit of cynical twist when it comes to the telling of this amazing narrative, which adds levity, yet it's still delivering its message that if you want something done, whether it's clean or not, Moon Knight's your guy. Basically, to quote Moon Knight himself, "You may not have to like me, but when you go up against the worst of the worst, sometimes you need the help of a wild dog." And that's basically the message throughout this issue. And yeah, you can definitely make the comparison or assumption that McKay took inspiration when Rorschach was sent to the prison during Watchmen. "I'm not trapped in here with you, you're trapped in here with me." It's really dope. And I love how Moon Knight just doesn't care about portraying himself as some golden icon to inspire. Again, he's more about getting the job done. And if I look like shit in the process, well, so be it. With Moon Knight partaking in the prisoner's underground fighting ring, it's another way to showcase on just how many fucks he doesn't give. Yet as the story progresses, we get that reveal that the reason why Moon Knight even allowed himself to be captured wasn't because he wasn't good enough to take on US Agent, Rhino, etc. Rather, we learn that Moon Knight wanted to be captured so he could beat the shit out of Man Mountain Marco, in order to relay the message from his wife that the villain should stay away from his 12-year-old daughter. And sure, I think any sane person is aware that violence isn't the answer. Yet with context within a situation, violence can be an answer. And sometimes a situation can only be solved via violence. And Moon Knight is the perfect conduit to deliver said violence. Also, I love the fact that McKay is adding character to 8-Ball. It's definitely safe to say that this 8-Ball is the kite man to Moon Knight. So yeah, give us more 8-Ball, please. When it comes to the book's art, Federico Sabatini's artwork resembles vibes of Japanese manga, and so because of this dynamic style with the pen, it also helps in toning down the inherent gore that the book presents, therefore adding levity but still presenting its silent theme, without having to make this something like Punisher Max. Overall, Devil's Reign Moon Knight issue number 1 is a fantastic one-shot that overall doesn't require a necessity to be read for the Devil's Reign events as a whole, yet the one-shot does a phenomenal job in showcasing Moon Knight's inner Rorschach tendencies, minus the racism, while still making the book feel super fun, and through its own way, very heroic. Devil's Reign Moon Knight issue number 1 gets a sexy 9.5 out of 10. Our story picks things up with the character of 8-Ball, who's locked up in the Myrmidon prison, a private prison facility for supercriminals, and is also here where Fisk and his Thunderbolts are putting the superheroes following their capture. Now it's here where 8-Ball, who by all accounts is a hilarious joke character, is trying to figure out the reason as to why he wasn't asked to be a part of the Thunderbolts. Because 8-Ball, he views himself as a criminal mastermind. Heck, he even died once and came back to life, and he's fought against some of the toughest heroes within the Marvel Universe. Yet despite the fact that he clearly sucks and isn't that much of a threat, he simply can't understand the logic. And from there, 8-Ball asks his cellmate on what brought him here into prison, to which our conveniently cloaked hidden character tells him that it's because of the mask laws, and that out in the streets, the people called him Moon Knight. Later on in the cafeteria, we witness firsthand on how the villains feel towards 8-Ball, where they basically make fun of him, and they even refuse to let him sit next to them. From Captain Confusion to the Enforcers to those among the Wrecking Crew, everyone is treating him like DC's Kite Man. Basically, Marvel's asshole. But while Captain Confusion is attempting to start some beef with 8-Ball, simply on the merit that he can, Moon Knight shows up and grabs his hand, warning the villain to leave his cellmate alone, because he's Moon Knight, and he's the one who carved the moon sigil on his forehead. And with that, Captain Confusion immediately runs away, thus showcasing the fact that the supervillains, they are deeply afraid of Moon Knight. You see, unlike characters like the Fantastic Four or Spider-Man, Moon Knight has a reputation where he doesn't pull punches. Dude's in it to win it. Therefore, because of that, bad guys don't want to get their arms broken or their throats smashed. They're afraid. And so just because Moon Knight is now a prisoner, it doesn't mean that he won't relentlessly beat the shit out of bad guys. He'll still hunt them down regardless. Now, once things begin to settle down, Moon Knight asks 8-Ball about Man Marco's whereabouts within the prison, and he tells him in a low-key way that Marco gets special privileges, and the reason for this is because the guards in the prison have gotten themselves a little fight club happening, and Marco is seemingly the reigning champion. So because of that, the guards have locked him away in one of those prison suites. Therefore, this causes Moon Knight to walk over to Captain Confusion's table and start a fight. And after beating the crap out of Confusion and his pals, he tells them where to find him. Later on, one of the corrupt guards brings Moon Knight to the showers, where Captain Confusion is there waiting, along with his gang. Shivs, knives, bats, weapons to kill are drawn. However, this is Moon Knight, and so because he's a badass, he beats the shit out of everyone. And upon Moon Knight bloodied up and very much alive, the guard is in complete shock. But this is where Moon Knight asks him about the real fighting ring. Where's the fight club you guys are running? Because I would love to partake and become the new champion. Therefore, because of this, the guard brings Moon Knight into the fold, and he's now betting on him to win, since he beat the crap out of everyone in the showers. And the only thing our hero requires is a mask. And alas, ask and you shall receive. And that's what takes us later on during Moon Knight's first match, where he's punching the shit out of Boomslay. And he's punching Mr. Fish, he's punching Cactus, he's slapping fools across the face left and right, eventually reaching that point where he can now challenge Marco for the championship title. And with that, this is where Moon Knight and Marco engage in mortal combat. Thus, with the fight getting underway, Marco goes all in, throwing the first punch. But Moon Knight, being the badass that he is blocking all the attacks. Marco simply just doesn't stand a chance. However, this is where we get ourselves a flashback. The reasons as to why Moon Knight wants to fight Marco. The reason why he was captured so easily in the beginning of Devil's Reign. And thus, this is where Mr. Knight is meeting with Man Mountain Marco's ex-wife, Judith. And she basically is asking our hero for help, because she tells Mr. Knight about their daughter and how she has started taking after her father's powers. And seemingly Marco found out and is now trying to go after their daughter in order to exploit her powers for his own needs. And because of that, Mr. Knight promised Judith that he will make sure that Marco will never see his daughter again. And that's when we immediately cut back to the present, back in the fight between Marco and Moon Knight. And we see Moon Knight fulfilling his mission on the most literal basis imaginable. Because not only does Moon Knight beat the crap out of Marco, but he presses his thumbs into Marco's eyes and smashes his eyes to pulp, thus blinding Marco, inducing blindness on Man Mountain Marco. However, this lands Moon Knight effective immediately in solitary confinement. Later on, once Moon Knight is placed in solidarity, we have 8-Ball cleaning up the bloody floors, and he's having a conversation with Moon Knight through the cell walls, and he's trying to understand Moon Knight's logic. Because after it being revealed that, he got himself captured on purpose, only to say that, it's only a matter of time before the heroes rescue him and the others, Moon Knight is assuring 8-Ball, but also us the reader, he's confident that everything will be fine. Because when you wage war against the worst of the worst, in this case the worst being Kingpin, when you wage war against Wilson Fisk, sometimes you need the help of a wild dog. And Moon Knight tells us that he's that wild dog. And that, folks, was the end of Devil's Reign Moon Knight. And thank you guys for checking out my video, as it truly means the world to me. And as always, I'm your majestic sayer over at SuperCliff, and if you guys are new to the channel, then do me a solid by smashing that like and subscribe button, and also hit the notification bell so that you'll never miss out on an upload, and so that you'll always be kept up to date with your favorite top tier comics happening in the comic book world. Now tell me, what are your thoughts and opinions on this one shot? Are you guys excited for more Moon Knight? Are you guys excited to see what happens in Devil's Reign? Let me know down in the comment section below. And until the next video, peace.